Friends, family, fans, we back, baby. We are back with a W. Doesn't matter if it was a team event. It's money in the bank. We're busting out the $100 shirt. Life is good. This thing is dusty. I had to take a Zyrtec before putting it on because it's just constantly giving me allergy attacks after sitting on the shelf, hanging on the hanger, wherever it's been, just getting shoved further and further back into the closet. It's out now. We good. We are good. So it's going to be a great show. The mood is approved. And, we're happy to be here. It is the week of the CJ CUP Byron Nelson. My week again. So you never know what's going to happen. Never hit a winner back-to-back. You know what I'm saying? If there's a time to get hot, it's a time to get hot. So we will see what happens there. We'll dive through the model. We'll go through all my Patreon tools. We'll use that as we're diving through all the outrights, all the placements. Got a first round leader. We can do some deep dives on DFS dudes. We can do it all. And as always, this show's brought to you by Profit X. Go check them out in the link in the description. More and more golf stuff coming in there as the week unfolds. The liquidity, the everything, wonderful stuff over at Profit X. We'll be pulling that up a little bit later for you guys too. Brian in the chat just saying, absolutely love you, but your tweet saying JJ was fired is super unfair. It was very mutual, very much like Homer Grind's situation again. Okay, Brian, I understand. I get what you're saying. Everyone's picking on Colin Morikawa right now. He's obviously a low-hanging fruit target. Fired. He lost his job. Okay. I understand it was mutual. It's just Twitter, a little hyperbole there. I'm sorry. I need to be a bit more genuine on there. Also, sometimes things can run away with you there when you get these fat little fingers on the keyboard. Anyway, thank you, Brian, for your concern. I love you too. All right, here's the model. We're going to rock and roll through the model here. We are going to rock and roll through a whole bunch of cool tools. I've already got my boy Aldrich pulled up, so we might as well just start with him. Let's just start with this dude off the bat and go from there. We have ourselves, by the way, before we even do that, in the comments below, tell me who's going to finish DFL, dead fucking last, this week at the CJ CUP Byron Nelson. Martin Laird was one of Martin Laird's team. Last week was one of the comments. Closest it came. Still, I'm only giving it away to people that get it correct. So flood that comment section with who's going to finish DFL this week. It was Zach Johnson and Ryan Palmer. The king of the team events, old Ryan Palmer, couldn't get it together. He shot -1. And with the best ball and alternate format there. Not ideal. So we'll see what they can do for themselves going forward. Who the heck knows? Beautiful. Steven, my man, what's cooking? Loyal. 4 Horsemen. Hilarious in the Discord, by the way. Big Shagaboo, what's up, Mikey? Big on the big screen. Yeah, even bigger on the big screen. All right, let's do this. So here's the tools. Here's my Model Maniac tools you can use over in the Model Maniac Patreon. Use code Byron. Code Byron gets you 33% off. Usually it's 25. We engaging 8. I just hit a winner. Just spread the love. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit me up in the comments. I appreciate every single one of you guys. We're rocking and rolling here. Use code Byron33 to get yourself off. 33, not get yourself off. Get yourself 33% off. And maybe you get yourself off as well. Who the heck knows? Back to what we were here to chat about is Aldrich. We love this dude. He's obviously a South African brethren. We're obviously a big believer in his distance. And he is 225-1 the last time we saw Aldrich's numbers out there. Now, these are all numbers I've already bet these guys at. I'm not going to be using the most recent ones. As always, you can get these numbers in the Discord as we are playing them and putting them down. Maybe it's gone back. Maybe it's gone up. I don't know. But Aldrich Potgieter, 25-1. I'm going to hide my face over here so we can at least see me because I don't know what the hell this new system is going on over here. 225-1. What we're going to be looking for this week is Mexico comp courses. If we go take a look at the tools that we have over here, the Googs. All right, go over to my Google Docs. CJ CUP, Byron Nelson, booty everywhere. And we can say course history. So this is the course history that we have Got TPC CRAIG RANCH. This is obviously the strokes gained per tournament, and it's weighted down. So if you've only played here a couple times, you're going to get your strokes gained reduced because I need volume from you. I need a sample set. Vedanta Vallarta, the Mexico Open golf course, and then Memorial Park golf course out in Houston. Similar kind of venues. Bomb the drivers out there. Very forgiving off the tee for the most part. And we are looking for long iron predominance. Memorial Park's got that Houston ties in there for Texas. And then Vedanta Vallarta, a very long iron intensive venue. Now, Aldrich is a little bit better on Poana. We are, or Paspalum, sorry, than he is elsewhere. He's obviously won in Bahamas when he did that. And he did almost basically win the Mexico Open. So we're going to see him just nuke drivers. We're going to see him keep those long irons engaged. And the short game, though, around the green play is likely going to not be an issue for us this week, although the putter hasn't necessarily shown up that much the last little while. We're looking for him to get the putter going back to like this green that we saw here around the Farmers and the Mexico Open. Hopefully this week, on a course he's comfortable on, we can expect some fireworks from him on the greens. Everything we've bet you is at Bet365 or Bet Rivers, so the placements, the each ways are involved as well. But we're also betting Aldrich top 10. We're laddering the shit out of this dude. We're going to bet on his upsides. 14-1 for a top 10. He's plus 550 for a top 20. He's plus 300 for a top 30. And he's plus 200 for a top 40. So however you want to lace those in there, however you want to rock and roll with them, there they are. We are laddering Aldrich. He's a heavy boy, so we're going to need a big ladder. But hey, we're going to do this. I think we did this at Torrey Pines, where he fell down the ladder as Sunday went along, but still cashed out top 20 for us, and we were profitable. So his upside and his odds are so damn long, pun intended, that we love the deep bets on him. You know, like if he just cashes this top 30 for us, we Gucci, because we pretty much break even on our entire week on him, maybe a little profit here and there. So finishes top 20, then we're starting to gain unit after unit after unit. And by the way, people, we're only minus 35 units now. We were sitting in the 50s at one point. We are clawing our way back to profitability. It's a fight I want to fight, and you guys need to come along with me. So hit me up in the comments. Tell me, guys, which ones. Just hit me up in the comments, people. Let's hit me up in the comments. Moving along, let's go back to the start of our situation here. So we know what Aldrich's game plan is. You guys follow this channel. You know exactly what's cooking over there with Aldrich. I'm actually going to make a quick copy of this file so that I'm not ruining this. I can show you guys how it goes. Copy of CJ Cup. I'll make it my own. Byron. And there we go. So we'll have this for ourselves now. We can do it to what we want and check out a few more guys. So Aldrich, we love the upside. Next up, we're going to go with our man, Benny On Solo, the king of the bear trap at PGA National. Now, On Solo, not necessarily playing the greatest. His DK ranking price is 5th in the field, 17th in the safety rankings, 26th in upside. Not that great, Bob. But if we go over to the right side of this model, you can see over here, we've got our course history. We've got our recent form kind of cheat sheet for you dudes and dudettes. And we're going to be filling in tee times and ownership as we go along. I've, in fact, got it on my other one. Maybe I just use... You know what? We're going to just use my own one. Still need to paste that into the model. All right, let's get Joe Highsmith out of here as well. Delete his ass and move along swiftly. Benny On. If we're looking for him, he's going to be at the end here. And we can find him quite easily just by looking for best recent finishes at this golf course. So we filter here by the best recent finishes. See who shows up for us. This is a cool way to kind of just do your easy, quick research. Benny On, boom chakalaka, there he is with a 4th and a 14th. I'll get this chilled out here shortly. 4th and a 14th at this golf course in the past. It makes a lot of sense. He's got tons of distance off the tee. He's got tons of long iron prowess. He's also seems to played quite nicely in Texas. A 14th and a 4th in his 2 appearances here. And he hasn't been playing terrible this year. He hasn't been playing great either. The API 8th place is his best of the last couple tournaments. We've also got a 16th, a 21st, and a 38th from Benny. Now, some in the Discord mentioned to me I'm looking at you, Golf Tico, that Benny can't make enough putts. But you know what? If we take a look at the model over here, Benny On is 12th in the field in strokes gained on easy golf courses. Easy golf courses, if we take a peek at the cheat sheet here, I've actually got a couple more descriptions for you guys. Because I know what's going on, but you guys don't. So the easy courses are when the scoring average is -1 or easier. Medium is between -1 and -half a stroke, and hard is less than half a stroke. Hell is over par scoring average. So that's what we're kind of looking at for easy. And if we just filter here by easy, Benny On finds himself right in the mix, 12th in the field. Scotty Scheffler, numero uno. Rasmus, number 2. Thorbjorn Olesen, 4th. Ben Griffin, 5th. Nicholas Norgard, Quade Cummings, Carl Phillips. Those are your guys. So Bo Haasler rounding out there at 11 spots. So Benny On right in the mix. By the way, Ryan Gerard as well. He's there too. So that's his best metric of the different variations of course fits for him. So he loves that. Doesn't necessarily grain the most off the tee there, but hey, he's got tons and tons of distance. We're going to love that from Benny On as we go through this week. Love the course history. Love the fit. It's a CJ Cup. He's a Korean guy. There's a little more pride, a little more zest to those particular golfers this week because of the type of tournament that we are dealing with here and the sponsor. Benny On, not your friend, so you refuse. Hey, you refuse? He's also a little spendy. I'm not going to lie to you. You know, I've been on him a lot, and unfortunately, I was on him at the Sony when he missed that 5-footer in the playoff. So that's not ideal. So we're looking for some redemption. So the redemption tour for Benny On. So 28-1, Ben On. Let's freaking go. Let's go to the next guy that's in odds-wise. So it's going to go Steven Jaeger. Type in Steven Jaeger's stuff, figure out where he's going. We are rocking and rolling over here. I'm going to go back to my model because we've got a couple updates to make in that one there. So we're going to go to Steven Jaeger. Jaeger bombs. Click his name. Approach play has been amazing the last little while. If we take a peek at his approach play, it's very, very good. 7th in this field. Ball striking 46th. The driver's been a big problem. He does have tons of distance off the tee. That's what we like at this golf course. Volatility, distance off the tee, Steven Jaeger is your guy. Now, he's lost a bunch of strokes off the tee. Let's go take a quick peek at Steven Jaeger's profile round by round. Can filter out all the guys here. We go type in Jaeger, Stefan, and it's done by the most recent type of events that he's played in. So the last couple starts that we've seen him lose strokes, he lost at the Masters, but he was undercursed at the Masters. We obviously lost at RBC Heritage, not a driver-intensive venue. Texas Children's Open, better, not really. Gained a couple on round 2. So the driver's a little bit off right now, but this course is of the more forgiving side of things. You know, if you're missing fairways here, as long as you're not missing them by a million miles, you're just missing them by a little bit, you're still in good shape. Still in good shape. I understand the rough has been grown out a smidgen more, so we'll have to see how that handles everybody. But I think this course suits his game. He's also a Texas Houston Open guy. So if you take a look at the Houston Open, we've obviously got great results for Steven Jaeger at these golf courses. The last 2 times he's played there, he's finished 9th and 35th. And he's also won it when it was called something else. So we can scroll down here and get it. Texas Children's Houston Open. And he's in the mix with a win. So he loves this kind of a venue. I think, you know, he's never necessarily even been that amazing off the tee when he did win there. He was gaining that week. But overall, still good results, regardless of the driver being a bit of a nuisance. So that's what we're dealing with Steven Jaeger. I think he's a great option for us when it comes to the easier scoring conditions. That's his go-to realm. If we take a look at what he's been up to the last little while, we've obviously got some solid finishes here as well, with 2019 being the CJ Cup. I'm just putting it in there for you guys to have. But from 2021 onwards, that has been AT&T Byron Nelson, now known as the CJ Cup, just for you guys wondering out there. Mexico Open is a comp course. Finished 6th at Mexico. You get what I'm saying here? You're going to see a lot of Mexico Open guys, a lot of Houston Open guys on my betting card this week. That's the comp I'm using. The model is almost identical to those golf courses, so it's going to kick out similar names. We'll see how it goes. Steven Yeager, $9,300. He's a solid safety ranking, but no value on the DK side of things. My rankings are above both of them at 12th and 32nd for upside. So that's been a bit of a problem for him, but I love this course fit. 45 was a decent number. I think anywhere in the 20s, I was not going to get there on Steven. He does have insane upside. So we'll see what happens with old Jaeger Bomb. Maybe he can make a couple for us and get it going. The most tip option this week is a guy by the name. We're going to also just hide this DFS stuff. We'll dive into that as we're doing some Q&A at the end of the show. These are points earned or gained on the field, lost on the field, etc., over the last 12 months, over the last 3 months at this golf tournament. And it's also using rankings to determine, as you can see, Jaeger's safety ranking is 24 spots worse than his DK ranking. His upside ranking, is 24 spots worse than his DK. So that's not ideal. Probably going to just be playing him. I don't know if we'll be doing DFS with Jaeger at $9,300, given his inconsistencies, and might be quite popular at 18% projected right now. Moving along to the Napster, Jake Napoli. If we take a look at what he's been up to, he is the defending champ, the prior defending champ of the Mexico Open out in Vedanta. Great course fit over there. Missed the boat last time he played there, 25th. Clawed back a little bit. Got off to a brutal start. He has finished 6th, 12th, 27th in his last little while. Jake Knapp is looking pretty darn good at this moment. So I think the course history is an 8th place here in 2024. That makes tons of sense, Tons of distance off the tee. Really good long iron player. And he can make putts. He can make a lot of putts. Now, his 150 to 200 range has been rather iffy the last little while. Not going to have that many shots from that range this week. Most of them will be coming from 200 plus, as like relative to what a normal PGA Tour event is. So I like the green on this side of things. He's also pretty handy with the wedge when he does feel like it. 15th in the field in distance. Again, some of these guys have been playing Harbor Town, Pebble Beach. The distance metrics the last little while are a little skewed. So beware of that when you are looking at that. So the iron play for him, it's going to return. He's obviously hitting his irons much better when he won Mexico, things like that. But you never know what happens with the irons when he gets to a golf course that suits his eye. It evidently does. So we love the comp course history. We love the course history as well. Jake Knapp at $8,400. He's also 18% owned. That's kind of insane. So we like to bet these guys. Might be just letting them run free in the DFS streets. We're not entirely sure if we're going to be going there at 20% ownership. So kind of little Jake Knapp situation. Also got the each ways on Nap City. Moving along to our next options. Got a couple 66 to 1ers over here. Ryan Gerard. Now we're going to just go over to the right-hand side of the model over here. And I also need to find a first-round leader market for Ryan Gerard. We'll be betting him in that market too. Filter by the smallest to the largest over here to find out who is the best in round one. And only Scotty Scheffler has gained more strokes in round one than Ryan Gerard. So if I'm going to go do it right now. I'm going to take a quick peek, try and find the best first-round leader odds. I'm assuming if he's 66 to 1 to win this thing, the first-round leader market might be a little more friendly to us. We'll see. Byron Nelson, we're looking for... No. I'm just going to pull up a random first-round leader market here and find Gerard if I can. Should definitely have had this over here. 65 to 1, same vicinity. So give me a 65. I'll do some shopping after the pod. Do that yourself. By the way, we'll get to some placements here shortly, but I bet 3 placements at 3 different books because they had so many different lines out there. The odds are staggeringly different. Plus 260, plus 320 in some spots. Just crazy stuff, seeing how the books are just letting these placement markets do their own thing within their system. Usually they try and tighten it up to kind of match each other. None of that going on this week. So shop around, people. Be like those wives of yours, and if you are a wife, you know what to do. Go shop around, find yourselves some sexy ass numbers. So Gerard, he's been so freaking good in first round. It's nice to see. We'll be going to him in that department. I understand the 2023 miscut, not ideal, but he's got a second at the Valero this week. He has been very, very good. I'm actually going to get the hell out of this model, being like a donkey to me. And we're going to go to our CJ Cup one. And I need to just make a filter here quickly because it's not filtered on everybody. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Beautiful. Okay, so let's get Ryan Gerard in the mix here. I want to show you his long iron metrics as well. He's been sensational. We're going to be looking at his name in a big, big way over here. So the Houston Open, love that as a comp course venue for him. 9th over there. 17th at the Mexico Open. Love those comps for him too. RBC Heritage, 27th. Not terrible, not great. Love the first round, second round stuff. Check he's second in strokes gained. Ryan Gerard is like top 2 in multiple statisticals this week with Scotty Scheffler in the field, who likely is the one that's ahead of him both times. So 200 plus, Scotty Scheffler, we'll double check that it is him. But Ryan Gerard, 200 now, proximity's 3rd. His poor shot avoidance is 4th. Now, he doesn't hit a lot of good shots where you gain over half a stroke on the field in a single shot, but the poor shot avoided is totally elite. You know, he's very, very good in this field given his poor shot avoidance. So he's not losing half a stroke on a single approach shot very often at all. Which around you cannot be making bogeys, and long iron shots can go off track. They make a lot of green regulations here, but you're hitting 4 irons into these greens, people. You're hitting 6 irons into these greens. It's not going to be that easy to kind of keep it close. So making sure that you are avoiding disasters, never a bad thing. So he's pretty solid through the bag, but man, he's very good in 200 plus markets and ranges, and we love what he's up to there. It's a lot of greens out the rough as well. So Ryan Gerard showing some really good form with the top 10 strokes gained total entering the week in the last 12, 8, 4, and 2 months for us. So we no longer need 2025 because that is behind us. We are now 4 months into 2025, so we can do the 2 months. Comp courses, Mexico, Houston, showed you there, had 2 top 20s. Love that for him. We also going to be going with Ryan Gerard for a top 20 plus 210. Drop that in the Discord before we went on the show over here. You go over to my Model Maniac Patreon over here. You can. We're going to find Ryan Gerard and take a look at his betting profile. So at the Byron Nelson, we don't want to necessarily use that as his only finish, but in his career, he has been a perennial top 20er. It's the market he has been the most profitable in over the last couple years. If we filter on the last 2 years, he's been profitable in every market except for the win market. Let me get this out of the way here so you can see what's going on there. If we're taking a look at his top 20 market entirely in the last couple starts, we are seeing Ryan Gerard with a Valero Texas Open top 20, a Texas Children's Open top 20, and a Mexico Open top 20. So 2 of his last 3 top 20s have been at calm courses, and he's got really nice odds at plus 210. I was seeing plus 165s out there at different books. So shop around, people. Make sure you are getting in the mix for yourselves. Love Ryan Gerard. And then while we're here just showing off the tool, we can go over here, and I'm actually just going to change this up a little bit. Woo, for those of you in the chat, 25 minutes in, the Model Maniac Patreon's got a free contest for you people that are part of that already, so don't you be answering. We're going to need those of you that are watching to hit me up in the comments below. Who is the most profitable bet at the CJ Cup Byron Nelson? So the last 4 times they played at TPC CRAIG RANCH, who has earned you the most money back in your bank account over that period of time? It can be any bet market. We're just looking for a specific name. It doesn't really matter what market that is. Fire them off. I have mentioned his name already so far this week. So I'll give you that as a clue and go from there. Yeah, Kevin's saying he hates that contest. When the secret with that contest is to put that same lineup in a GPP as well. So you have to spend $49.50, $49,500 for your lineup. The worst lineup gets a free month in the Model Maniac Patreon. So there's fun ways to stay in there for free. You just got to win every contest that I put out there once a month. But if you win 3 in a year, you are going to be getting a full year's subscription for free. So use code Byron33 if you want to sign up there. It is not Taylor Pendrith. It is not Siwoo Kim. It's someone I've spoken about already, people. Someone I've spoken about. Come on now. Hit me with who has been the most profitable bet at this golf course in the last 4 years. I'm looking to give money away to you people, giving you free subscriptions to the Model Maniac Patreon. That one, yes, that was Commentatoring Nerd. We came in with the one of, he had 5 guys miss the cut. That was incredible. That was really, really good. Very, very impressive there. I've not mentioned Mark Leishman, Chris. I don't know what the hell you are thinking about. Why would I ever have, they playing this week? Playing this week, people. We don't care about other people that aren't playing this week. Start saying Scotty, no. Jaeger, no. Jaeger's one of them, so maybe Mike might get in there. Yeah, I know. You can't. Doesn't pay the bills, buddy. All right. Okay, I see you. I see you. People, Benny on. Top 20. He's done it twice. He's an outright. He's an outright guy. Top 20 market for Benny on has been very profitable in the 2 times he's played here. 2 for 2. It's the only guy that's done that so far. So, love Benny on this week. Let's see what he can get up to. Other names that are playing this week, Troy Merritt. He's finished inside the top 10 2 of the last 3 times he's played here. I don't know if that's going to happen this week. We'll see. Maybe he's a sneaky DFS option. Kevin Tway, Steven Jaeger. He's nearby. Always nearby. 2 top 20s in the last 2 starts for him. Jaeger bombs. So that's where we're going to be going with him. We've already spoken about Steven Jaeger as our outright. So we are big believers of him. You can use this tool to kind of start your betting process. You know, if you're looking for a market to find someone in, you can take a peek. Joseph Bramnett's been quite successful at this golf course in the top 20 market in his 4 appearances yet too, having cashed those twice. So at odds that are quite appealing. You know, he was never shorter than 2-1 when that happened, and he was plus 550 in 2021 when he did cash that bet. So lots to like about them. Ryan Gerard, one of our guys, we're going to be going to him in the top 20 market as well. Where in the model is first round leader strokes gained? Well, you can do it all the way to the right-hand side, my friend. All the way over here. Round 1, strokes gained average right there. So I think I've deleted 1 or 2 people out that were ranked in the top. Keith Mitchell might have been one of them that I just deleted out instead. So we've got weird rankings here. I'll fix it. You know, I've got a couple edits to do, but it's still in chronological order, yeah, so you can see exactly who's where. We've got Matty Schmidt, Nicholas Norgard Miller, Cristobal Dal Solar up there. We're still waiting on him. Going to be betting him at first round leader as well at 500-1. It's going to happen. At some point, it's going to come home for us. Cristobal Dal Solar. All right. Moving along swiftly, we're going to get along to our next option, and it's going to be by the name of Nikolai Højgaard. I'm not even really going to try and advocate for him through a statistical avenue, but I saw his brother 20 points shorter than him, and I saw him playing really well at obviously the Zurich, where they almost stole our lunch over there. If we're thinking about an ideal course fit, I've said this on the Fantasy Golf Degenerates show. You're paying for pedigree, not performance. So that means who this person can be is what you are paying for over here, not what he's been performing like of late. So pedigree is definitely there for Nikolai Højgaard. Fantastic upside. He's got tons of distance off the tee, Calm courses, he's 32nd in that department. Iron play's been scintillating the last little while. Not the greatest on easy courses, but this is a maniac play. We like what's going on in that department. We love the medium irons for him and the long irons. His wedge play's kind of deteriorated a little while, which is totally cool. Not that big of a deal here for the wedge side of things. You are looking for solid long iron proximities and strokes gained. This weighted stuff over here is taking into account all the different proximities that happen on this golf course and giving them the percentage that it happens. So if anything over 200 plus happens like 33% of the time, that's taking strokes gained from 200 and out and applying 33% of that to the overall ranking. If 60% happens from 150 to 200, then you're going to have that in there. And then the rest will be the wedges, for like 7% using those numbers. It's not like that. It's exaggerated, but you get the point. We want to make it specific for this venue. So this is what the weighted strokes gained, weighted proximity, weighted green regulations, good shots, bad shots. Those are all of them over there for you. And Højgaard is pretty solid in that department, despite missing a couple cuts. He hasn't played the greatest. It's not ideal to see what's going on here, but we've got an 8th at Mexico. You know what I'm saying? We seeing some stuff. Maybe he was playing better, and that's just a situation to have. But we still have that finish at Mexico, the Houston Open. He obviously missed the cut. So maybe he's got a bit of momentum coming in from the Zurich. So hopefully he can take care of business for us in that department there. Cool Beninas. Obviously not ranked great, but we like him as a maniac play. Next up is going to be Alejandro Tosti. We are very much a fan of this man. And if you take a look at the Houston, Texas Open, if you take a look at Mexico, he is going to be finding himself doing a lot of heavy lifting in that department. Look at these comp course ratings at this golf course. Look at the comp course ratings for Mexico, for the Houston Open. If we take a look at what he's got up to at those golf courses in the past, he just finished recently 5th at the Houston Open. He just finished 10th at the Mexico Open this year. And his most recent finish was at Corrales while they were playing at the RBC Heritage. He finished 2nd. This guy's firing. We've had 3 consecutive top 12 finishes. It's 100-1 at a golf course that rewards distance off the tee, and he's 7th in the field in distance. Easy golf course scoring, not the greatest. It is what it is, but we're kind of looking at his recent form right now. We're not, he's trending hard, really, really hard right now. It's been very nice to see. So we can take I'm going to do a quick little deep dive on Tosti. Curious to see what he's actually been really doing, where his damage has been coming from for us. So we're not going to get strokes gained at Corrales, obviously, but in the last little while, when he's been at this golf course, the ball striking has been sensational. Sorry, that's the Texas Children's Open. We'll get out of that. We'll go back to Tosti and just see what he's been up to the last little while. Okay, so Corrales had 2 very good spike rounds. Tosti's also a definite showdown option all the time for him. Let's take a look at his showdown while I'm just being ADD'd here quickly. If you take a look, it's not really anywhere outside of round 2. He kind of goes backwards, as you can see here. But round 1 has been pretty solid for him in his career. If you kind of filter on the last couple of years, that's going to change up a little bit, I'd imagine. Yeah, still round 1. So round 1 showdown for Tosti, definitely going to be in the mix. But the ball striking, he has lost strokes twice in the last 3 starts that have strokes gained metrics, and they weren't that big of a deal. The Valspar, he missed the cut. It was a very windy day. There's lots of water around that golf course. It is what it is. I love the ball striking metrics we're seeing here. The short game starting to spike here and there. We like that too. So I'm in. Give me Tosti. I actually want to just take a quick look and see what he got up to when he played here the last time. Missed the cut. That's okay. He putted like absolute shit. So that's fine. He ball struck the crap out. He gained 5 strokes ball striking and only gained 1.8 overall for the day. So tough scenes for Tosti at the Byron Nelson in 2024. But overall, he's trending very nicely. So give me some Tosti. We might be looking at him for a first round market. we take a look at his first round numbers the last little while, Texas Children's Open, he gained 5.3. Mexico Open, he gained 4.6. It has to happen, yeah. We're going to be going with Toasty as well. Where are you, you spicy Argentine? I'm going to type his name in here quickly. Toasty, 75-1. Okay, so we're going to shop around a little bit for that as well. But we're going to Alejandro Toasty for a first-round leader too. Love the 2 spike events at the comp courses. Let's go. Makes tons of sense for Toasty first-round leader as well. Boom. Potgieter first-round leader. Funny thing about Aldrich is he's a slow starter for the most part. If we take a look at his overall profile, it's his worst metric. His first-round leader market, Valero, Texas Open, he gained 4 strokes in the first day. That was pretty solid. 4.6. You know, he's only got 1 of his 4 rounds where he spiked for 6+ came in the first round. He's got none of his 3 that gained 5 or more. They don't come in the first round, but half of them come basically at the 4+ mark. So his floor is pretty solid. I like him for a showdown option. I don't know about first round leader. I'm also being very nitpicky. Whatever you can find him at, where is he? He's 80-1. Yeah, you know. Would like to see more spiking from him. You know, I think if we check Toasty again, he's got a couple spike rounds. That's where it gets happening over here. I guess also we went with him because of that. We've already got whatever. Yeah. Wheels up with Jackson Suba. Yeah, I'm with you. All right. Moving along from Toasty, when we're taking a look at his profile, it's pretty darn solid. With the distance off the tee, we know that the iron play hasn't been great, but he's been working it around the green, which not the greatest metric to have been leaning on entering the week, but he's got tons of distance, great comp course history, easy peasy fit at this price. 100-1, I'm cool with Toasty. Moving along, Engage 8. If you guys have played Madden, that's the Blitz package that we're using. It's where you just rush 8 people, you leave 3 people hanging back there. We're engaging 8. We've got a lot of bets that we're going to be going through. Sammy Valimaki. Take a peek at old Sammy. What on earth was he doing at 125-1? I want to check his current odds because that's going to be quite interesting to see. 125-1. Sammy Valimaki now is not showing up. Let's go here. Find Sammy. 100-1 still. Still 100-1. They're just leaving it out there. So people are hammering Sammy, and he will be the most tipped option, I believe, this week, or close to. His comp course history is sensational. Sensational. If we just take a look at his recent finishes, Mexico Open finished 34th this week. He came runner-up to Jake Knapp in 2023. Houston Open, he finished 4th this year. Hello. He's also playing great. 18th at the RBC Heritage, 12th at the Valero. Trending, going to a course that suits his game to a freaking T. Why does it suit his game? Look at the long iron prowess. 9th in the field in strokes gained from 200 and out. 5th in the field in proximity from 200 plus from the fairway. Out of the rough, he's 36th in the field in strokes gained. He avoids poor shots, the 14th best in the field as well. Not the greatest inside 150. That doesn't matter at this golf course. So Sammy Valimaki doing his thing. Love the green, bright green color there for his top comp courses. Also, he's been super solid in the top 20 market. We're going to be looking for Sammy Valimaki at plus 300 as well. So I haven't made that banner. Let's go Sammy plus 300, top 20. I will not be making it on the show because I want to do the shopping around for a better top 20 number if that is the case. BetMGM typically has the best top market odds until PropDex shows up and does their job for us with those wonderful odds that they provide us in the placement market once tomorrow rolls through. But currently, right now, Sammy Valimaki is plus 260 there. So the best number is Bet365, which is solid. So I'll give Sammy a plus 300 top 20 as well. Love what he's been up to. it has been his most profitable market to have bet him on as well. If we take a look at Sammy Valimaki's top 20 percentages and stuff, it's been very solid. Sammy Valimaki, you get Ryan Gerard out of there, click Sammy. And in the last 2 years, he's gained $250 for you if you're betting to win 100 every single time. We are looking at 3 consecutive top 20s. Form is there. I love it. You know, that gives me a lot of hope. At plus 300, let's go. Love this. Love this play. So, Sammy, we've also got the each ways, blah, 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 going from there. Sammy to miss the cut. Fade the public opinion. Kevin, lucky I know where you are. Otherwise, I'd kick your ass out of this chat. Just kidding. We won't be doing that. But yeah, it's no fun betting wacky Valimac, betting against him. Absolutely. You stick with him going forward. All right. Moving along. I think that's pretty much all of our outrights. We have one more top 20, and then you guys can start firing in DFS. We'll go down the board, check some stuff out. I'm also seeing my Wi-Fi's been like alerting me the whole time I've been on here. I hope the service has been fine for you guys. But while we are here, let's take a quick peek at Kevin Yu. Where are you, Kevin? Top 20 market for him has been amazing. He's also one of these guys. Played quite nicely at the Texas Children's. Hasn't necessarily top 20'd at Vedanta, which is not terrible, but not ideal. Top 20 market for him has been very impressive. He's actually been profitable in the win market and the top 20 market, which is quite interesting. So the other two markets, not so much. Quite a weird profile. You don't often see a win top 20 only being the two profitable ones. So his Sanderson Farms win, obviously doing a lot of the heavy lifting there. But 1, 2, 3, 4 of his last 7 starts have been top 20s. We are getting Kevin Yu at plus 275. Love that. If we take a look at his profile, it makes a lot of sense why. Like, he is incredible when it comes to the long irons. He's incredible when it comes to driving distance. We are looking at strokes gained, ball striking as the 6th best option in the field. So that's delightful to see. Now, he's also one of the worst putters in the field. That happens as well. But the way he ball strikes it, hopefully he can get it home for us. Started off the tee with distance. Look at these mid-iron proximity numbers. He's top 40 in just about everything apart from poor shot avoidance. So very nice to see. And the majority of those are inside the top 15. Very good metrics for him in that mid-range area from 150 to 200. Long irons, not as good as I did mention to start off his segment, but he's very solid at hitting greens out of the rough. He's also very solid at making sure that he gains a couple strokes out of the rough from 150 and out. So let's go with old Kevin Yu. He's a round 2 showdown guy as well. 55th in strokes gained when everything else is outside the top 68 for him. So round 2 and round 3 is typically where he gets his job done. But if you're taking a look at his recent performances, he had a Masters miscut, I believe, too. So that's not ideal, but also he was a debutant there. So we've got some solid options for old Kevin doing his thing, shaking that ass, having a good time. All right. I see a couple comments. Let's deep dive some dudes. Crystal clear. Heels striking bandits. Lots of top 20s, so makes sense. Yes, yes, yes. You crank that soldier boy. You crushes the golf ball. Yes, it's incredible. Incredible what he gets up to. He's a great ball striker. It's just so funny how you see these guys in golf that are these ball strikers that can't putt. And then there's guys that just can't strike the ball and just are the best putters. So it's really, really interesting. Give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna just do this for you guys quickly. We're just gonna paste everything in here so we can have it. Okay. Hopefully it's all the columns and figured out, but we'll go from there. See what happens. It will show up here shortly, and then we're going to be rocking and rolling. There we go. All right. Maddie Schmidt, whatever. Got to change a couple names. It is what it is. Let's filter by price for DraftKings and go down the board. We've got our DFS points gained on the field here for us. going forward, so you guys know how you guys have done in DFS, and you can take a peek at all the other metrics going along too. Scotty Scheffler, if we're taking a look at his ownership, about half the field's going to be playing Scotty. Makes total sense. He's one of the best players in the world. Jordan Spieth is going to be the next highest owned option at 26%. Jordan playing in Texas, I understand it. But if we're taking a look at the comparison here, yes, there's an $1,800 difference between the two of them. That makes it is what it is. But Scotty, since 2022, has been just on fire. So 15th and 5th are his two last finishes at this golf course. Spieth also has a 9th and a 2nd, but that was way back. Missed the cut here last year, and he's been playing better for the last little while. But when it comes to Jordan Spieth, his best finish was a 9th at the Cognizant. Kind of backdoory, went off well before the leaders. Didn't really show up. He hasn't really had a chance to win a golf tournament since the Waste Management, but that didn't even count because Thomas was so far ahead. So we'll see what he gets up to, but I think I'll be out on Spieth. I'm going to be in on Scotty. The way Scotty Scheffler has been putting the last little while, it's incredible. I'm going to pull up Scotty quickly, and then we'll pull up Spieth, because these are I think you make or break your week with who you go with here. All right. So Scotty Scheffler, look at the short game metrics here. RBC Heritage, we went back to old Scotty. We got the ball striking that's through the roof. Irons just doing their thing. Driver never lost strokes. Around Harbour Town, that's good. If we're taking a look at the ball striking, we've had a couple good rounds, but nothing amazing. Nothing stacking on each other going forward for old Scotty. But we've seen a lot of good short game performances from him, doing some good work in the short game area there until he got to Harbour Town. So has the short game completely left him, or is he going to be making a few more putts this week going there? When he played at the Texas Children's Houston Open, he finished the tournament with a 63. So he can go very low. We know that's the case. So we are a believer in Scotty Scheffler this week. If we take a look at what Jordan Spieth has been up to the last little while, you're going to notice the Saturday round, like the middle of his tournament, just gets a little out of control. He just completely loses track of what's going on, particularly on Saturdays. It seems like the last couple Saturdays for Jordan Spieth, he's gained strokes one time in the last 9 instances. And that was at the John Deere Classic, where he was 8 back heading into that final round. So, oh boy, scrap that. I wasn't scrolled all the way up. It's been much better the last little while. He's actually not lost strokes in the last 7. Talk about a bit of a false advertising over there. But he's been very, very impressive, I guess, in round 3. So maybe we just do 2025 and see what that does now. Better. Much better. It looks good. But the thing with Spieth, I'm just going to unfilter the third round stuff here. If we take a look at his overall strokes gained, you gotta gain strokes every round of a golf tournament if you want to win it. So let's take a look at the RBC Heritage. Yeah, Spieth went solid first round, lost strokes in round 2. Masters Tournament, lost strokes in round 2. Valero Texas Open, lost strokes in round 2. Valspar Championship, he lost strokes in round 4 and round 1. Players Championship, lost a lot in the final round. We take a look at the Cognizant Classic, he lost strokes in round 2. He's actually been struggling in round 2 quite significantly. So do not play Jordan Spieth in round 2 for Showdown if you were planning on doing that. It's just been brutal. Like, he really hasn't done anything. It's like that second round seems to be his bugaboo now. We filter on that second round. It's been the putter that's been letting him down, and the irons are atrocious. He's losing 0.4 strokes per round in the 9 that he's played this year in round 2. We haven't had a 5+ round spike round yet. Not good. A lot of red numbers over here, and the ball striking has a lot to do with it. A little bit of short game issues as well. So I'm out on Spieth. Maybe get in on him after that round 2 kind of just gets him stuck in neutral again, and then off we go. So I'm out on Spieth. I'm in on Scotty. Let's party with him. Sanjay M showing up here the first time ever? Isn't he a CJ Cup guy? What the hell's his deal? He plays every week. I don't understand how he's gone and never played here before, but that's the situation. It is what it is. If we're taking a look at Sungjae, his best finish this year has been the Masters or maybe the Tournament of Champions. But outside of that, we haven't had another top 10. The Masters he plays, it's his best major. I think it's his only major he's had a couple top 10s at. The rest are pathetic, given his standard of golf. I'm not calling him pathetic, just calling his relative play in majors compared to his Masters performances rather pathetic. So, yeah, can't tell you he's playing the greatest golf right now. So we out on Sungjae Im. So we're just going to lock in Scotty in this 10K range, go from there. Maniac time, baby. Yes, let's go. All right. If I play 10 lineups a week, Byron, and Scotty is expected to be 50%, should I go full set on Scotty and lock him up or full fade for optimal return? That's a good question. It's all your personal preference. The 10 lineups, when you want to be playing Scotty, I've said this for as long as Scotty's been so freaking good. I like to play Scotty in single entry lineups because I like to fade Scotty in single entry lineups because there's like 900 people, maybe 100 people. Like the smaller the contest, the better. People will probably still shove him in there. But in big GPPs, when you have a Scotty Scheffler that's $13,300, the chances that one of the 17,000 people, if he's 50% owned, let's call it 8,000 people, one of those lineups has to have the other 5 guys correct. Just the law of averages will give you that. So in those big contests, the optimal lineup, the winning lineup, if Scotty performs like we expect him to do, will likely have the 5 complementary guys. In single entries, not so much. So I like to go balanced on Scotty in the single entry side of things, and the bigger the contest, then you play Scotty if you want to do that. So, or you can play him in the single entries. I like to fade him in the single entries for that reason, but maybe you can also adopt that opposite way. So that's my 2 cents for you there, if that makes any sense at all. All right. Sam Burns, if we're taking a look at what he's been up to, congratulations on your second place finish in 2021. It's like 4 years ago. We don't have anything better than a 13th place in the last little while for him, which was the RBC Heritage. So does he show up? What did he do at the RBC Heritage? Was it putter? Or was it some ball striking for Burnsy? Round 3 is his. Jesus, he's been struggling in round 3 this year, hasn't he? So it's all been putter. That's what he's been up to the last little while. The putter did most of the damage as well. Off the tee, he was pretty solid too. But the irons have been disgustingly bad the last little while. So you're not going to make lots of birdies if you're not hitting irons close, boys and girls. So I'm out on Burns, out on the first 3 guys given their price tag if I'm playing Scotty. So we're out on him. Benny on, we 21% ownership for someone that's been middling. You know, we are expecting his upside to come through for us quite nicely, but we don't necessarily know if that's going to work out. You know, his consistency's been pretty solid. Got great course history. Yeah, is he the 3rd highest owned option this week? Projected, yes. You know, now you're fading a quarter of the field with Spieth, Sungjae, and Burns. It's helping out there. You know, you can't not play everybody. We'll see what happens there. A lot of the things line up. He's been gaining points at this event, but he's trending the wrong direction. He's not playing how he's typically done so. So last 3 months versus last 12 months, not the greatest. Oh, good. It does make sense. Great. Beautiful. I think that's a logical reason to fade him in those contests and then play him in the other ones. If you want to go 50, that will probably tell you to go 50-50, right? But then it depends on what your contest selection is. Yeah, feel kind of smart every now and then, don't I? All right. So back to our DK pricing onslaught here, since the chat's kind of chilled out, not necessarily asking too many questions, but maybe just listening. And Matt asked a really solid question there, so props to you, Matt. Down on betting on Taylor Pendrith is interesting, man. So what you have here is points gained per DK price, which is kind of cool. I like this column quite a lot. Ooh, let's make it smaller. Okay. So it means that where's the value found here? So Taylor Pendrith been solid. And a lot of that has to do with his win when he won here last year. Obviously, there's that W. But at the Houston Open, we are betting him top 10. Did I say we're betting him top 10? I don't think I ticked his name earlier. I did not. Taylor Pendrith, top 10, plus 300. Let's go. I'm in. His top 10 rates are pretty damn elite. If you take a look at what he's got up to over the last while, it's his best market, gaining $232 if you're betting to win 100 every single time he plays. His top 10 rate is 32% over the last 12, 6, and 4 months. So you're getting a really impressive rate there. The top 5 rate's pretty solid, but I just think he's a nervy guy. I don't think he's going to get across the line to win tournaments much. We had Ben Coles pretty much. I've got another name that I didn't even give away for a top 10. So we're going to do that as well here shortly. Jeez, if you guys don't watch the whole video, you're not getting half the bet here. Apologies on me there. But Taylor Pendrith's upside is it's interesting. You know, Ben Coles pretty much gave him that tournament. He didn't win it. Ben Coles lost that one. Ben Coles makes a birdie on that final hole. Taylor Pendrith doesn't win. Ben Coles makes a par. He's in a playoff. Ben Coles makes the bogey. Taylor Pendrith wins a tournament. So not ideal. And he gets a little nervy as well. But I've seen a couple first-round leader markets for Taylor Pendrith. That is his best scoring average for that dependency there. No idea why I use the word dependency, but it is what it is. Love him for a top 10. That's where we're going to be going, plus 300 for Taylor Pendrith. Let's go. Boom Chakalaka. Like him a lot. Siwoo Kim, solid 2 finishes here in the last 2 years. He's been randomly good in Texas, but the RBC Heritage, he kind of crumbled down the leaderboard there on the final day. Prior to that, he wasn't necessarily playing the greatest golf. I don't know if I like his profile for this golf course, given the fact that you need to be hitting your irons well. You need to be hitting driver far. He doesn't got that. He's 63rd in the field in ball striking. That's the worst. It's the worst ball striking grade of the top owned or top price guys until you get to Mackenzie Hughes at $9,100. So, sorry. And he's also 99th in the field in ball striking. Siwoo Kim is 63rd in ball striking. So off the tee, it's just nothing. You know, he doesn't have a specific scoring preference. You know, easy, hard, medium. He plays them well, all averagely. So yeah, I'm out on Siwoo Kim. 18% ownership. That's an easy fade for me. You know, we are taking on some other ownership. You can't leave everyone at the top of the board alone. So we like our guys, and we're going to be moving through there. Steven Yeager, I prefer just having this outright and top 5 each way on him. We haven't had a top 10 since the Mexico Open from Yeager. He's 18% owned. He's going to be finishing inside the top 20, most likely, but maybe finding himself in that happy spot there. 18% ownership, it's steep. I like him. We'll keep an eye on the ownership. He's going to be orange for us so far. Ben Griffin, 11% owned. He's playing great golf. Why the hell is he playing this week? I don't know. He's obviously going to be wanting to play well. I think he needs to still win. I don't know. I don't know why he's playing this week. He's got to be gassed, but he finished 13th here last year, an 18th at the Houston, and a 4th at Mexico. Had he not won last week, I think he would have been very popular this week. He's trending, and he's driving the ball fantastic. His long irons are really, really good last week as well. He hit a couple seeds as well. 20th in the field in approach play, made a very important putt on 17, made a very good drive on 18 to keep himself in the middle of the fairway there for the squad. Ben Griffin's best scoring environment is an easy venue, quite substantially so. So he's a big fan of those. And we got some great comp courses from Ben as well. If we take a look at Ben Griffin's long iron proximity, he's 28th. Strokes gain from 200 plus, he's 11th. Green regulation rate from 150 to 200, he's 9th. So Ben Griffin, yes, 11% owned, $9,200. Give me him. I'm cool. I'm cool with him. By the way, here's another guy we never spoke about that we have a bet on. Mackenzie Hughes, friends. We're back on the Mackenzie Hughes top 10 train. If you take a look at what Mackenzie Hughes has been up to the last little while, he's typically a pretty darn good top 10 option. Is Mackenzie Hughes. It's his best market. I will move his, top 10 is his best. If you click over here, we've got 2 top 10s in the last 2 starts for Mackenzie Hughes. So one of them happened at the Children's Houston Open. Love that for Mackenzie. He's starting to find his groove again. If we take a look at what he's been up to on a round-by-round basis this year, likely he has found the putter again sporadically, but he's just been consistent every single round. You got to go back to the first round of the Valspar to find a round that Mackenzie Hughes lost strokes in. It's been very impressive. The ball striking has found its groove. The driver has been remarkably better since the Valspar as well. Very, very impressive stuff. He's been very, very solid in those departments. Did not expect to see that. We know how good of a putter he is, and he's been struggling a little bit. He's had a couple bad rounds in there as well. So the ball striking's found its groove. Mackenzie uses the perennial top 10er, very comfortable in that market. And yeah, I mean, taking a look at what he's been up to, this is impressive ball striking stuff from Mackenzie Hughes. Did not expect to see this on my screen today, but here we are. So Mackenzie Hughes doing the Lord's work on the ball striking front. So we like him a lot. Rasmus Højgaard's next up. Take a peek at the comments here quickly. Joanne saying, good evening, Byron. What's going on? Yes, how are you, Joanne? Matt's asking last question because I don't want to blow up the whole. Matt, nobody else is asking questions. You ask as many as you want, my friend. Please don't feel obliged to holster the questions you have. Maybe people that want to ask questions that don't want to have their name on the screen are answered by the questions you're asking. So fire away, baby. I'm in. Hatsutsuni, I see as a potential bet. I don't know that I can see him winning necessarily, but top 10. I've been thinking the exact same thing because, and I'll tell you why. Because Hatsutsune, Rio, this year, let's take a peek at his 4th round metrics and when he's been within 3. So he was within 3 at the Valspar. Let's take a look and see if we can get as close to the top of the leaderboard as possible. It's grading it by the other way around. Why the hell is it doing that? Anyway, so we'll just go by dates. His Valspar, he was right in the mix, and he actually putted quite nicely there. I've been wondering about the putting because I've watched this guy. Excuse me. At the Valero, he missed basically every putt under the sun, but it must have just been the ones that they were showing. So he's been putting quite well, actually, in round 4. I think the screen, the TV, is just lying to us when they're showing him hit the bad ones. So my argument now is flawed. It's been his best round. He's definitely in the mix, man. Definitely in the mix right now. So let's take a look. Rio Hatsutsune. Course history, finished 13th here. His solid recent history is amazing. He's got 3 top 20s in his last 4 starts, a top 10 at Mexico. We take a look at his ball striking metrics. Pretty darn solid with 150 to 200 and okay from 200 plus. So that's good to see there too. The ball striking comes and goes. He's solid sometimes poor the other times. He's been playing well. So I don't know, man. I think he can do it. He's obviously very talented and in great form right now. So we'll be looking to play him as well this week. For sure. 14% ownership. Yeah, but he's playing well. I get it. It makes a lot of sense. Moving along. Got Mike over here saying Manacero, Jesper Svensson, Aldi, Skinsey, Damon, Highsmith, Valimaki, and Gerard to make the cut. I'll let you know the answer. Is it still calculating? Still calculating. All right. Moving along still. Let's try and rapid fire a couple off here before we go pick up the kid. So we love Mackenzie Hughes, top 10 plus 360. Let's go. In the mood for that. Give me. Rasmus is interesting. The mid-irons for Rasmus have been rather perplexing this year. Not the greatest. The long irons also struggling a little bit. Out the rough in particular. But now remember, we've had injuries for Rasmus. The shoulder, it's a concern. I don't know. I don't know if I can. Still going to monitor the situation a little bit with him. Will Zalatoris. Let's see if what the eye test tells us is true. He's typically very good in majors, but he prefers like 47th in strokes gained on easy golf courses. I just don't see him making enough putts. Take a look at his birdie rates. It's where the heck is this? His recent form here. He gets off to these slow starts. You can't get off to these kind of slow starts, Will. If you're taking a look at his form, he finished 17th here in 2021. Hasn't cracked the top 20 since any of the last 10 PGA Tour events. Not his, but the last 10 that have been played on the tour, calendar-wise. So where's the upside? It's not there right now. That's an easy pass for us. Shout out to you New Jersey people that use those easy passes. All right, Tom Kim, also no form, not the greatest course history. Is his iron play it's the putter. It's like, can he make enough putts? The easy scoring conditions, one of his worst. He's been great in the scrambling hard conditions, but he's just got nothing going on right now. He's got nothing. Irons are fine. It's the putter that's the problem. No, can't do it with Tom Kim. Hit the button there. Ryan Gerard, we've spoken about 12%. Yes, let's go. Great. I mean, I'll take an extra 5% ownership over Tom Kim if I'm taking Ryan Gerard. Just look at what you're getting. You're just getting a totally different situation here. We'll take a look at recent form. Get the course history out of the way. Both have. Ryan Gerard's got a second place. Tom Kim's best finish is at 36th. Ryan Gerard's got another top 10 at the Houston. Love that. So you got to go with what guys are doing right now. Give me Ryan Gerard. Jacob Bridgman. I don't know. He's going to be 12% owned as well. What is his deal? Mid irons are fine. Not great. Average. His iron plays okay. It's the putter that's really doing it for him, isn't it? Like he's a great putter, obviously, which can help. Maybe just play him in round one showdown a little bit. Go ahead there. He's top 10 in that market. Let's go. Yeah. Let's just make him yellow. That means we're going to use him in round one showdown. Jake Knapp is interesting. I think we got to play him. I think he provides at this price point. I understand the ownership is there, but we are fading quite a couple high-owned guys up top anyway. So we can go ahead and put Jake Knapp in our player pool if we're in the mood. Ryo Hitsutsuni over there as well. Two very popular guys at $8,400 and $8,300. You know what we're getting into there. Nikolai Højgaard, we're going to leave him alone in DFS. Obviously we got some really bad track record here. We're shooting on the upside for the first round leader. 10% ownership's not enough to take on that risk. I like the price of a 66-1 versus an $8,200 10% owned option. Eric Cole, if you're just looking for a freaking dude to just finish somewhere between 10th and 30th, here's your guy. He's done that 4 times in his last 4 starts. And he's done that here in his 1 start in 2023. So top 30 on Eric Cole, anyone? Maybe. So what is Eric Cole's top 30 market? Let's go take a look. Top finishes, including ties. Eric Cole. Plus 150. He's done it 4 times in the last 4 starts. He's also done it once here. So that's 5 of 5 in the recency stuff. I don't mind it. Let's freaking do it. Eric Cole. Top 30. Plus 150. He's also plus 100 for a top 10, top 40, which most other books have. So either one's fine, I would imagine. Here we go. We'll put on the screen Eric Cole. Top 30 plus 150. Love what he's been up to. Makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? Okay, cool. Like him. So we're going to leave Nikolai out of here, obviously. Eric Cole, Harry Hall, been playing better. Hasn't necessarily played well here in the past, but he makes a lot of birdies. And Harry Hall has been playing okay. No, like 6%. Keep an eye on the ownership. See where it goes. If it goes lower, I might be tempted, but not really that much. Seamus Powers got a couple top 20s and then missed cuts, which is totally cool. Like his top 20 market is typically very good to bet at. The thing with Seamus Power is he's a wedge-intensive guy. That's his best area for the most part. Granted, he gains more strokes than he does with the wedges from 200 out, but the overall package, all of them, I don't know. Fine, whatever. What are we looking at Seamus Powers here for? He's a top 20 bet, probably. He's just, I don't know if he's going to win this thing. He's obviously got top 20 equity going on. Seamus plus 230 for a top 20 is not the greatest odds. We'll leave him alone. All right. 5% ownership, not a terrible, but he's $8,000. You're kind of looking for this from like a 7K guy. I know he's could be $100 cheaper and have that, but we'll see. Alex Smalley at the Players finished 14th. He was fantastic in Mexico, and then he just lost his stuff. He's completely lost his mojo. What has been the problem? Smalley. Is it a big problem or a small one? That's the question we're asking ourselves here. Corrales, meltdown over the weekend. Valero missed the cut. The Friday round problem. Texas Children's, the ball striking was very, very good for a while, and it's got lost. We've lost the plot this year. It's been bad since the Players, really. So unless he shows up this week, we'll see. Why we do like him is we're paying for that pedigree, not the performance, given his long iron prowess, which has gone backwards. He was dialing it in, and now is not. So out. Just can't do it on him this week. Seamus, we're gonna keep an eye on for like random stuff. I don't know. All right, Matt Wallace, 4% owned. Is he going to give you? He's not very good from 130, from 200 and out. He's 130th in that market, in that range. No good, not good. So we're out on that. Did I make him yellow? Yep, we're going to make him red. All right. Kevin Yu, 6% owned. Yes, we've spoken about him. Look at this mid-iron proximities. Good stuff. Torbjorn Olesen, I don't know. He's doing interesting stuff. He finished 5th at the Valero, but prior to that, it wasn't very good. Now, hasn't played for a while either. 5% owned. Do we like what we see? He's more of a wedge guy than a long iron guy, out the rough in particular. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything fantastic from him. Lots of green regulations, but that's, not strokes gained. I like the strokes gained metrics or the good shot. So we're out on him. Kind of just cruising down the board here, people. Got a couple more minutes before we get out of here. All right. Matt's back again with another question. Saying, good to you. I'll find another one then. Which of my fave down the board you guys agree with most to win outright? Got her up, Hodges or Cole? Hodges. By the way, Lee Hodges, 80-1 for a first-round leader. Let's go. Let's go. We're in that market as well. 80-1, Lee Hodges, first-round leader. Let's freaking go. I'm in. Also, by the way, if Scotty doesn't get off the snide and get a win in this field, are we a little worried about him going forward in the last 3 majors? You know, that's a good question too. I think the schneid is not going to be remedied at this golf course. Anyone with a hot putter this week can do a lot of damage. Scotty's real superpower is Memorial. It's Oakmont. It's Quail. Not ideally Quail given Bryson and Rory's power, but Scotty plays good golf at difficult golf courses. He separates himself there. The putter doesn't have to be firing. His ball striking, his course management is so freaking good. I think we're starting to see, especially with the ball striking show up last week, or not last week, the last time he played at the RBC, that's his mojo. That's his MO. Scotty Scheffler ball striking. Not finishing top 5 when your short game is gaining more strokes than your ball striking. When your name is Scotty Scheffler. When your name's Cam Smith, that's what you can always do. Unless it's the 2025 Masters. But Scotty seems to have found his groove again. And we had a bad 4th round on approach because he hit his ball in the water trying to win the golf tournament. He was a couple behind. He tried to put his foot on the gas. He's not caring about top 10s. He wants to win tournaments. So I think it's cool to go with. All right. Thomas Ryan asking about one-and-done options. Yeah, are the top 20 one-and-done options according to the model for you guys? So this basically takes into account how someone is played here. It's also takes into account if this is the best place to play this person. So they might have played well here before, but there might be spots that are better for them as well to use them somewhere else. So it's using a mixture of both and then also just using the ranking over here too. So Scotty's the number 1 guy. Taylor Penrith, obviously with the win, checking in hot. Benny On, going to be quite popular. Spieth as well. Arsene Eckroat is interesting as a sleeper option because if you're looking for someone with massive upside, he can definitely get it done. I don't mind Steven Yeager either, but I think I've played Steven Yeager already somewhere. Nope, I haven't. So maybe we can use Yeager this week. Got to expect him to make some putts. Oh, I used Jake Knapp instead of Yeager at Mexico, and that turned out very mediocre for us. Look at this. Genesis Scott. Ugh, Rory. Feels so bad to have used him there. Anyway, Thomas, here's your options, bud. Go ahead and make your pick over there. If I were to pick one, I like Steven Yeager a lot. I don't know why. Anyway, moving back to the Maniac model here. Who's your favorite Kim? Well, we can just take a quick look. Type in Kim and select all 4 of them. A couple of them have, obviously it's not going to be Chris Kim. Oh, it's a tough question. Given value, Tom Kim gives you the best points gained per dollar price. They are all in different ranges, so that's hard to say. None of them have elite distance. 200 plus. Siwoo Kim's got those irons dialed in, but is his putter going to show up? They're all very bad putters. The Kims this week is Michael Kim would have been a perfect spot, yeah. I don't know if I like any of them. Leave the Kims alone, sites. I'll just say that. All right. Alrighty. I don't know. Do I keep going? Probably get a good off out of here. Do our thing. We're in the 7s already. Couple more names as we go down here. Let's take a quick look. See if anyone's checking a couple boxes. By the way, here's the fortune cookie filter that I like to use, which it basically checks a box once or twice. If you're a top 10, it will check it twice. If it's a top 20, it'll check it once. For weighted green regulations, strokes gained 200 plus, Strokes gained 150 and out the rough. The last 36 rounds putting, strokes gained off the tee on longer golf courses, par 5 scoring, top 10s, top 20s at this golf course, top 10s, top 20s in 2025. And then easy or medium scoring conditions. Those are the fortune cookie filters. Rio Hitsatsuni checks 10 boxes. So absolutely love him. Might have to bet him top 20 or something because we haven't bet him outright. And I've got a bit of FOMO now. But he's checking a lot. Other names that check a lot. Seamus Power checks a lot of boxes. Matt Wallace seemingly checks a lot of boxes too. Good par 5 scorer. Good strokes gained off the long courses and hits a lot of green regulations. Interesting stuff. Rico Hoey checks a couple boxes at $7,700. We like that. Here's Austin Eckroat, mentioning earlier. Just got insane upside. Finished second year last year. He can win a tournament any given week. Any given week. So that's what's going on there. Let's take a look at some more fortune cookie filter options down the board here. Do we get another guy that's more than 6? Here's a 7. Max McGreevy. Multiple top 20s and plays easy and medium courses quite well. Okay. Now, all of those top 20s came at the Players, at the Cognizant, and a bit of Mexico. That's not terrible. At least he made the cut at Corrales. That's good to see. How's he done here? A 30th year last year. Not too bad. Good par 5 scorer. Almost checked that box as well. 23rd in the field. If we take a look at the putting, has been very, very bad. But if we take a look at his poor shot avoidance, inside 200 to 150, that's good. Strokes gained is pretty solid in that range. The long irons is mediocre. Yeah. Solid stuff. If you take a look at there's the medium scoring conditions. He's a top 20 there. So if this doesn't play, the rough is up a little bit. So if it's not very, very easy and it's just medium easy, he's in the mix. But even if not, I mean, he loves a good hard. Guy's pretty solid across the board. So $6,900, one of the highest owned options in this range, rightfully so. Where do we have him ranked for the model? Yeah, we have him 24th for safety, and he's 67th for DraftKings pricing. So Max McGreevy might not be a terrible cash game cornerstone. Shout out my boy Kenny Kim. Got some solid options. You know, I think the safety stuff for him is making a lot of sense. So nice little gem at the bottom here of Max McGreevy for us over there. Absolutely not. I don't think so at all. Sammy Valimaki for a one and done option. Let's go. He's 125 to 1. I would imagine his ownership this week can't be that high. You know, people typically flock to where the odds are. So he might get a little steamed, a little couple extra % than he shouldn't have. But I would imagine he should be priced like 50 to 1, 40 to 1 kind of thing. So yes, love that as an option, actually. Love that. Going to take a look at some more fortune cookie filter, guys, just as we're going down here quickly. If you want to see who's got the best fortune cookie filter stuff at the top of the board, use the Model Maniac Patreon. Use code Byron33 to get 33% off over there. All right. So Nate Lashley checks a couple boxes. No one really doing a lot down here. Oh, he has an 8. Rafael Campos. That doesn't seem right. These numbers don't add up correctly. So we will let that be. We will let that be. Why on earth is he getting an 8 when everybody else... Oh, this is an old one. Ah, that makes some sense. Okay. Now we got the right one in here. Wonder if we were doing a couple dudes. Ben Martin checks a bit more boxes now. We've probably just gone completely off the wrong column here. Jesus Christ. Anyway, that's probably time for us to call it a day. Davis Riley for a top 10. Jack, my man. Fine. Let's look. Davis Riley, top 10. I don't mind it. What is his odds while I'm researching here? 2 top 10s this year and at this golf course. His upside rank is much better than his safety ranking. His top 10 percentage is 11% over the last couple months. Profitable in that market. Not bad. So he plays easy courses, not as well as hard courses. You know, I don't know if he's going to be making tons and tons of putts. His long iron play's been pretty poor, but he's also been playing a lot better lately. Good putting, good stuff there. 7th at the Valspar, 21st at the Masters, 9th here in 2022. Let's look. What has his iron play looked like the last little while? Very solid at the Masters. Lots of long irons there as well. Texas Children's lost strokes every round. That's a similar percentage for 200 plus at Texas Children's. So not great there. Valspar got a couple more wedges. He's always played well there, though. Bit more wedge intensive over here. Oh, man. So I don't know if it's like 4. What is Davis Riley's odds here? For a top 10, he's plus 550. Sure, why not? If you're in the mood, go for it. But I don't know. I can't tell you yes or no. I like Mackenzie Hughes and Taylor Penrith instead. But you are going to be getting him top 10. He's had one in the last little while. Probably just leave that one alone, actually. Anyway, awesome stuff, guys. Go check out Profit X. All those odds will be dropping as the week unfolds. Typically Wednesdays, things get hot up over there. Tune into, follow me on X at the Model Maniac. I will have all my Profit X plays for you guys there. Also, check Kendo VT on X. He'll have his Profit X plays for you guys there. And we'll be cooking with gas over there. Say there one more time. And check out in the description below my Model Maniac Patreon. All these tools, the models, Showdown stuff. You can use this stuff for Showdown, and it's built for Showdown because not a lot of people offer Showdown content. I don't have a life. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I am at a hockey ring in the back there typing up Showdown stuff for you guys, making sure that you guys have the models for the next day. Ownership projections in the Showdown stuff. So use code Byron, 33% off. Get yourself in the Model Maniac Patreon, or just get the full year. It's a good discount as well. So lots of options for you guys. Really appreciate every single one of you. Don't forget to hit the like. Don't forget to hit the subscribe on the way out. You know, all that jazz. Have a fantastic week. I love you all. Make someone else's day. If you're having a bad day, spread that love. Get it come back to you, you know. Just let's make this world a better place. Let's be friendly to people. Let's love each other. And go out of your way to make someone's day. Tomorrow, tonight, whenever you see a stranger that you think needs it, give them a little bit of extra. You know, we all want to just look after each other over here. So I appreciate every single one of you guys. We'll see you next Tuesday, 7 Eastern. Stay tuned for the Draftcast, the King of the Draft, which will be happening in half an hour's time here, right after me on Mayo Media Network with Spencer. I don't know if Joel's there tonight. I wish I could be there to help out, but I am kid bound. So I appreciate it, you guys. Catch you guys later.